Hello, all you hardcores out there. How are you doing? It's Russ here from Porky's Corner, biggest gob in sport. We're joined by Max, who's got a black eye by the looks of it. How are you doing, Max?
Yeah, I'm all right, mate. I've got a bit of a headache, but I'm all right.
You've been sparring, Max.
Yeah, last night. Not going to go into details. Some people at this place thought they could take advantage. Of course, I got unstuck, didn't they? I lost my rag a little bit. But, yeah.
Max, you're talking like fucking Ernie Shavers. What's been going on? Tell your uncle.
I can't divulge on it because I don't want to start.
Oh, Max, you're not giving me all that. Oh, I can't tell us talk about sparring.
I'm gonna start going all corporate like Scam Jones and stuff like that now. No, Jack.
Max, all I'm going to say to you is this: just leave it for your book.
Yeah.
Max, what are you doing with your big Ron woolly hat on your head? Has he told you to wear that on here, Dennis? Don't be getting your employees on my channel with Fight Zone woolly hats on when I haven't fucking got one.
I didn't notice. I haven't noticed it actually, but fair enough.
I've heard you at a Liverpool show with Dennis as one.
Last year, yeah. It was when Conor Butler was fighting, yeah.
Was it a good show, Matt?
You know what? It was.
I heard it was shit. I heard it was shit.
Nah, the last two fights were very good. Conor Butler had a good performance, and Ryan Farg against Marcel Braithwaite, a good 50-50. I just think it was in the wrong location.
Who told you to say that, Max? Dennis?
It was. Ryan Farg and Marcel Braithwaite was a 50-50 fight. I thought it was.
Are you a pundit for Fight Zone, Max, now? I've heard you are.
Yeah. It is what it is.
Have you had any teeth knocked out, Max?
No.
You got one there that's like loose there on front. That one. That front.
No, don't. I'm not going cosmetic beach. I ain't got the money for that.
Well, look in there, Max. Your front tooth, there's a massive gap between the middle of it. Feel you put your finger on it there.
Okay.
You got a punchy mouth. There's a tooth missing.
No, it's not a tooth missing. Stop winding me up, you.
What are you down to in your weight?
I'm about 90.5 to about £5 now.
I told you it comes off, doesn't it? You know the time where everybody cheats. I told you, didn't I?
Like now.
You struggle now, innit? Yeah.
Yeah. And I am. I think after last night, yesterday, and coming in today, I'm struggling today.
Yeah. Why did you have a big pizza last night, Max?
No. I just went to bed. I was that fucking knackered.
Yeah.
But yeah, today I'm struggling because when when it comes onto the weekend and you haven't got work, you've got nothing to occupy you as much. I've got like some stuff to do on here, but it's not occupying you because you don't have to be anywhere, if that makes sense. So you start,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So, Yeah.
Are you? Have you still got your license, Max?
Yeah. I just renewed it. I just got it. Say again.
How much was that?
It was, for my brain scan was 400 quid.
Jesus.
I have to go. There's only two places in London where the British Border Control will accept. It's Vista and somewhere else.
Are you a border control license holder, Max, now?
Yeah.
Have you managed that?
Well, when you know Big Ron.
Did Big Ron sort that for you?
Big Ron sorts a lot of things.
When I went for my interview, Big Ron goes, "You need me to go on that?" I said, "I don't need you for this. It's only a form I've filled in." When I got there, they stitched me right up. They were asking me all sorts of trick questions, and I said to Big Ron, "Why were they asking me all them trick questions?" He goes, "Because I want there."
Well, the other thing is as well is if it was central area, I wouldn't have got it. The fact is, I got off the Midlands area, I got it. It's because Les Potts don't like me.
You know why Les Potts don't like you, Max? Because I smashed his mate to smithereens, didn't I? Well, I got my big sentence. Well, he's chief of police, isn't he?
Oh, right, well.
So when I went for my interview, he was stood there with my file. So have you got that? And a picture of me with flat top. I thought, when I seen it on desk, I thought, oh, fuck to you. You know, that hotel in Bradford Sunday morning. I thought, oh my God, I'm knackered.
But I think also how Julian, well, nothing against Julian. Obviously, the thing with Gary Sykes, you know what I mean? Les has got it in for them. You know what I mean? With that, you know.
How has he got it in? How has he got it in for Gary Sykes and Julian Les Potts? Tell me more, Matt.
Well, it's just because Julian's tried having conversations with Les, and Les doesn't want to know. Same sort of thing, unless it's at a boxing show. Same sort of thing, you know, with the Robert Smith thing. Both of them, you know what I mean? They're both in each other's pockets.
I'm urging anybody who sees these men at shows not to throw drinks on them. Do not throw drinks, all you Porky followers and hardcore boxing fans. Don't throw drinks on Robert Smith, Les Potts, or who's that other one? Alan Ulster. Don't throw any drinks on them. They're good people. Right, Max, how many miles you running in the morning?
Only 3 at the minute.
That means 1 then.
3. and it's not a fast run. It's just
a walk.
No, it's more than a walk, but
Trot.
it's not like a fast run. So it's just like ambling, just to get, you know what I mean. Now I might do the last half a mile a little bit faster, but I'm trying to get it faster each time now.
Do you take a packed lunch on your walk, Matt?
You what?
You take a packed lunch on your walk. The cunt, aren't I? Max, I'm not being funny. You look quite tough and macho. You know, with your hood up and that big Ron woolly hat.
I'll tell you what. I wonder what you're looking like right now, because I'll give you some abuse in a minute. Give you Roadman in a minute.
Yeah, listen, mate. Max, I'm not being funny, mate, but shape I'm in at the moment, mate. I'd mesmerise you. Right. Sam Jones, what's he been up to? I like to keep an eye on young Samuel.
Have a little look on the old phone, shall we?
Yeah, let's have a little look. What's he been up to? Monitor the human monitor.
I'm very good friends with David and Freddie, his who run 258 AJ's management company. I told them straight away, take the Francis Ngannou fight. Business is business, and let's be honest, a lot of people thought Francis Ngannou beat Tyson Fury. Whether you did or whether you didn't, it was a close fight that wasn't meant to be a close fight. I personally think Tyson Fury had a night from hell, and he will never box that bad ever again, and he will go on to beat Usyk. That's another conversation. I think Anthony Joshua knocks Ngannou out inside 6.
He's always, you know what? What is it with these Sunday sermons, Monday mass, and these Saturday morning coffee mornings with Boxing Social that he's doing him? Do you know what he's going to do him? I swear to God, do you know what he's going to do? He's going to talk his way into a good hiding. But the difference between me and him is this. I've got humongous balls, as you know, Max. Yeah. And he has got little processed pea balls, hasn't he?
Do you know what? Why can't he turn around, even admit and say, you know what, and say something like this instead? I thought, not like people, because he does this right clever, the language he uses. I thought Francis Ngannou beat Tyson Fury. I don't know why he can't say something like that and put something, him actually, instead of being on the fence, actually put his head above the pit a little bit. Yeah, I'm saying. But he wouldn't dare do that, will he?
He's in everybody's camp, innit? He's everybody's pal. Pal of mine.
He's my pal.
Well, he isn't. He's everybody's. Sam Jones, you have got breadcrumbs for peas. No, what's not breadcrumbs. What's the saying? What do we call it?
Processed peas.
Processed pea. You've got the art of a processed pea, and you've got the balls of a breadcrumb. Sam, come see me. What's he doing for Jack Catterall anyway? Has he got him that Taylor fight, Max? Tell me more.
No, he ain't got a Taylor fight. I think Jack Catterall's going down a different route.
What's that? Leaving Sam Jones' route?
Oh, wow. Look, Sam Jones, I mean, look, he's young, he's trying, and I understand, look, this is not me defending him.
Sam, you prick.
Right? This is not me defending him. He's trying to keep everyone sweet. But when you're doing that,
Listen, Sam, listen, Max, you're struggling here. Stop mumbling like Andy. Listen, Sam, listen to me. It's boxing, mate. Be your own man. Tell a few people to bollocks. Put your nose on their nose and say, well, what are you going to do? That's all you've got to do, Sam. Show a bit of front instead of trying to get your tongue up everybody's ring hole. What you doing, mate? It don't work that, mate. Because as soon as you walk out of the room, everybody goes, Possum, monitor lizard. It's no good. I've just seen a video somebody sent me where he's come out on IFL and about 6 other YouTube channels pleading the innocence of Daniel Kinahan, saying he's never done nothing wrong in his life, which he hasn't. Fair enough. Good point, Sam. But Sam, you know and I know what's going on. So stop trying to be everybody's fucking PR man and jump out of everybody's underpants and be your own man, you little human monitor lizard.
But with Sam, that's the thing. You know, if he forced that thing with Joe Joyce, the WBO, maybe he could have gone for a world title shot by now, or gone for a vacant. Surely a vacant belt, going for a vacant belt, wouldn't be better than the Zhang fight, surely.
Well,
You know what I mean?
when Joe Joyce and Sam were like lovers, because they were very close, weren't they? I was getting worried about that situation because I remember, do you know when Lennox Lewis lifted Frank Maloney up and carried him over the threshold? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking that we were going to see Sam Jones lifted up by Big Joey's big biceps, lifting Sam Jones up. And I think Joe probably didn't really want to lift Sam up, but I reckon there's been some heavy lifting in that house where they've been about. So I'm getting a bit worried about him because 10 years from now, we could see Sam Jones running around with a skirt on and lipstick like Kelly Maloney. Pop, pop, bang.
What do you reckon his name be? Samantha.
Samantha Jones.
Oh
Oh my God! Hey, what's happening? What's happened to the sport, Max? What's going on? Are you getting to Saudi call, Max? Are you on roll call?
Well, if Demori's getting a cut, I should get a cut.
Hey, listen, Max. Do you think you could pad yourself out to 40-1? Because you're 1-1. Hey, listen, I'm not being funny, Max, but Ongano's 0-1, and you're 1-1. So really, Big Meech should be ringing you, shouldn't he? You've got a better record than Ngannou. At least you've had a win.
Well, I could pad my record out and be like Prince Patel. Why not?
Hey, listen, Max. Big Ron can get your IBO route. Ed Levine's his best mate.
I'll just do a Prince Patel, pad my record out, fight overseas for the rest of my life.
Grow your hair.
Prince Patel.
Grow a mullet like Prince Patel.
Yeah, and go on the road like him and fight nobodies.
You could do that.
And start calling out Tyson Fury when I'm like 20-5 or something, or 20-1 or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, I'm not being funny, but with the amount of padding I'm seeing going out there in boxing at the moment, people padding the records out. We could see you, Max, padding yours out because Big Ron's good at that. You know, he padded Tommy Franks out for long enough, did he?
But did he get? But what did you say? And I actually sort of stand by Big Ron on this one.
Go on.
Right. You betting that Tommy Frank won't get a British title? And
now, when I worked for Big Ron, right, we had a big bust up in his office. I was sat in his desk, and he was sat on that leather chair next to his desk, and I were in his chair, and he sat next to me, and he walked in. He goes, "What's been going on?" And I says, "Oh, they've rung for Tommy Frank. They want British title, Sonny Edwards and Tommy Frank." And he goes, "Fuck 'em, we're going a different route." I went, "You're having a laugh, aren't you?" He goes, "Am I wasting my time here?" Ask him, he'll tell you straight. We went at it. Ask Michelle Taylor. I says, "Hey, what are you doing here? British title, what the fuck?" And he was like, "Yeah, well, we're going a different route." And but listen, why didn't you just say, "Look, Sonny Edwards is technically, he's not a banger. Technically, he's world-class skills." Hey, listen, and his brother's got world-class skills as well. They're technically fantastic, but because they're small kids, it's not their fault. If they'd have been born bigger, they'd be multi-millionaires, man. And I mean multi. Technically, they've clean. They can tick every box for everything that a coach can teach you, but they can't punch, can they? Right? They're not knockout men, but they've got every other attribute to get by because they've been world champions. They're good boxers, them. I mean, not good. They're great boxers, but they're not going to get a chance because we live in a society where nobody gives a shit about that weight. You understand? We all want to see big stiffs like you, Max, knock people out.
It's very shallow at that weight, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, they've had a raw deal, but they can both fight, and they've completed it all. They've got all. They tick all the boxes. They can do it all. They can fight every style, but nobody's interested, and this is why they need a promoter to get behind them. But it's not. It's a society problem.
Yeah.
People want to see big lumps knocking lumps at each other. They don't want to see small men doing it, and it's not their fault. So I kind of feel for them. Where does Sonny Edwards go now? He's on back foot. He might not get another chance. He's not going to get money like he's been earning, is he?
Do you know what? He's learned in that Bam Rodriguez fight. He's learned more in that fight, but losing that fight, and it might have done him.
Never won a round.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, but the rounds. I mean, he hanged in there. I mean, the narrative or what you say, he quit, etc. I mean, it's hard to say because you didn't know what's going through his eye. He hasn't been that experienced before, but I can assure you, the kind of because he's the kind of lad, and you could probably quote me if I'm wrong. Maybe he does actually live and breathe it. He's always in the gym. He's always in. You get what I'm saying?
He's a hard worker. I've heard him and his brother. They're hard workers, man. They know.
Yeah. Exactly. So the hard workers, and I think he'll come back from that stronger. He'll rise up. And to be honest, I'd like to see him go at it against that Bam. I'd like to see if he comes over that adversity because
brings something different to the table.
Well, but before you say that, what I'd like to see is because we're too focused on the O too much. I think great fighters, Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes, I think the ones that have done it all, like Lennox Lewis, have got like a lost one to their name, but they've rematched it and come over adversity because mentally that's the toughest thing. Someone like Floyd Mayweather hasn't experienced that. I'm not saying he's rubbish for one set, but I'd like to see him lose one when he was in his career, let's say, I don't know, to Hatton or whoever, and come over that adversity. Does that make sense? So I just think these O's are a bit overrated.
You reckon?
Yeah, I think they are. Okay then. Like Tyson Fury, I like to see him, if he loses one proper outright, we say Nagano, but let's say he loses to Usyk, then let's say he'll have it. Obviously, there'll be a rematch deal in there. He'll come. Imagine he came back and smashed Usyk to bits. It could happen, couldn't it? So it's coming over adversity because I think that is the hardest thing out of everything to do. If you trained your ass off, so like Sonny Edwards did, he thought, right, I'm going to beat him. He's going to be another one. He's going to be a tough one, but I'm going to beat him. And he was in such a firefight, he just got scrambled. And I think he'll come off better than that. I think that's done him more good than harm. I think we're all looking at the wrong way for him. Yeah, we're looking at the wrong way for him, really.
Well, maybe Eddie Hills, the 6-0 Iceman for Billericay, 4 by way of, but there's no footage, Eddie. All we've got is you bashing Spotty Frank about in a points win. Right, I reckon Eddie should get him in with Bam Rodriguez again, but I'm not hearing Sonny shouting that fight out, are you?
No, but I reckon he won't shy away from it either.
No, of course he won't. If they offered him 50 grand, he won't be interested. If they offered him $500,000, he'd be there, wouldn't you? Like a shot, wouldn't you, Sonny? Pop, pop, bang. Maybe Sonny could get an hair transplant then. And a teeth job. Right. Pop, pop, bang. Anthony Joshua. No, sorry, I don't really want to talk about Stuart Little that much longer because let's have it right. He used to roast my mate Nicky Smedley.
Yeah,
if it weren't for me, Nicky Smedley would have gone around there and smashed him to fucking pieces, mate. But I don't like all like that, so I said, Nicky, no, he's a small guy. It is what it is. Sometimes people get out of order on social media and blah blah blah, and they have to be told, don't they? But did I like Sonny getting beat like that? No, but it's pissed a few people off, hasn't he? So that's what happens. But you've got to give him credit. he can fight, but he just come up against a better man. I don't see how he can beat Bam Bam Rodriguez again because he's a banger. And once he start hitting you with them shots, no matter how many skills you've got, your fucking game plan goes hard at Windermax, as you know. Because when you got your first loss, when you were 1-1, you used to come round to Dennis's. I'm 1-1. I'm undefeated. Once you went to 1-1 and you lost, Max, you couldn't sleep for 3 weeks. You told me because all you kept seeing was that guy in your nightmares, wasn't it? Was it a points loss, Max? It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's just like, I mean, I think you saw the footage. He was holding me, I was holding me, I was wrapping him up.
Max, I thought you were going to get married to him at one point and I'll give him a big kiss. You were hugging him all night.
Point is I got penalised for that and he didn't. So that's what sort of show it was. So it is what it is.
The country, won't you?
Yeah, that's all it is. So it is what it is. But after maybe a couple, Ron's on about getting him over here. So
yeah, okay. What you been doing on Instagram today, Max? Somebody's just sent me some what you fucking put out. What have you been doing today, Max, on Insta?
Just
it says it. Hang on a minute. How many people are you following on Instagram, Max? 7,200 people.
Yeah, just
How do you text them every day? Jesus, you must be up all night. Heavyweight boxer, pro boxer, Max Jenkins, 2-1. Max, have you got your twos mixed up with your ones? You're 1-1, aren't you?
So essentially 2-1. I've got 2-1 in my head because I've got that win with Julian.
Yeah, but Max, you're 1-1. You're like you stolen valor, Max.
From Box Rec or Tapology. You look on Tapology, that counts all Box Rec. It says 2-1. You know what I mean? Max,
do you remember that Dean Lynch Ward who were running around telling everybody you were related to Wards and Ian? And then all of a sudden, his amateur record was 64-2 or something.
Sorry, ridiculous. 85. It was more than that. It was 85 or something.
85-1 or whatever it were. Well, Max, you're not exactly Dean Lynch Ward on here, but you're not 2-1, Max. Change it to 1-1, Max. Or you're out at circle.
Shut it, you wrong.
Oh, me and Julian will terrorize Max. You're not 2-1. You're 1-1. What have you put out on Insta today, Max? Let me have a look. What you've been doing? Somebody just sent me something. Here we go, Max. Why are you calling your son Hercules?
That's what Big Ron's called me. That's what it is.
So I nicknamed you Max the Breadcrumb Jenkins.
The Breadcrumb, yeah.
Big Ron's changed it to Max the Hercules.
Big Ron's changed it, yeah.
Max, you ain't got a bicep on your body, right? So why you called Hercules?
Oh no, it's not in that. It's off the horse. It's the horse off thing.
Oh, you're talking about horses now, Max. Horsecock.
Hey, you can't swear anyway because it'll take you off. The ban you.
You know what? You know what? My last 37 videos, mate. I've been paid for 31. I've given up on fact now, and I'm never going to get out of YouTube. I've given up. I'm just going to be myself. I'm sick of all this Anthony Joshua shit. You know, trying to tread on eggshells, talking about be humble and all that shit, and stay hungry and eat all your greens. It's a load of bollocks. Smoke weed, drink beer, and tell people to fuck off. Well, it's right, isn't it, mate? All this be humble shit and don't say this and don't say that. Listen, mate, I'm not being funny. Right, people go on about this and that, what you can say and what you cannot say. Right, if a ginger man breaks into my house and I catch him and I lock door, right, and he can't get out, do you think I might call him a few names? Yeah, you know, don't you? Well, I'm running around with my machete. Do you think if Bob Marley broke in here in the middle at night and robbed my house and I caught him, what do you think I'd say to him? Bob, where you going with my video recorder? Where you going with me Atari, Bob? No. You know what's going to come out of my mouth, don't you? So spare at the moment. It's what it is, isn't it? You know what I mean?
I can imagine what you'll call him.
You know, don't you, while I'm bashing him with my baseball bat. But Max,
Oh,
you've got
God.
21,200 subscribers. How many have you bought on there, Max?
No, that was because of you, that.
Well, how come whenever you used to share one of my videos on there, I used to get 4 or 7 views on there. But you've got 20 odd
No.
thousand people.
No.
Well, they can't have been watching that many. Well, I hope you're going to put my
That was
video.
all from before. That was during the pandemic of the Fury thing that all built up.
All right. Well, Max. Okay, then. Well, Max. Well, if you put my videos on your channel, you should I should do really good because you're like doing really well, aren't you, Max? You've got all these people following you, but yet you can't sell a fucking ticket. Are they not boxing fans, Max?
You mean sell a ticket?
How many
Of course
tickets
I sell
do
a
you
ticket.
fight, you, Max?
Well, I've just got my license back from a health scare from last year.
What else go with that, Max?
Well, I thought I had a stroke.
What, at 36?
Yeah, thought I had a stroke.
Listen, tell that Leona to stop giving you all them big stews. Because you're a big stew man, you, Max, aren't you? You love a good stew, don't you? Hot pot, don't you?
Yeah, I
You
love,
like veg
love
in
it.
that, Max, and stew and mashed tatey and that.
Yeah. I don't mind the stew. I don't mind stew. Yeah.
Do you remember when we were smoking up M1 in your Volvo from Mickey Fields? And you goes, do you know what I'm going to do when I get in porky? And I goes, what that? What's that? And you goes, I'm going to have a big stew waiting for me from Leona with loads of fresh bread. You could wait to get home, couldn't you?
That's what we got. That's why you got to Donny in no time at all. Drops you off, out you go, ports, kicks you out.
I'm not. You know what? You're a 60 man on motorway in that Volvo, Max. But when Leona said, "Max, I've just finished that stew," all of a sudden we were doing 80 in that. You were losing your mind.
Oh yeah. Oh, I want to touch up on it. And one of your videos, you had a nice shirt on.
Yeah, that was this
Where's
morning.
that from?
That shirt, I've had that shirt. I've had that shirt 10 years. I bought a load of shirts from a place in Donny called HERCULES, and they were, when he billed me for them, I like nearly collapsed. And then when I lost all that weight with that gastric band, I kept looking at my wardrobe and I thought, what am I going to do with them? Who's going to want them? Who wants to buy any shirts? XXXXXXXXL, 29 stone, what the fucking hell? They're not going to fit anybody. They could have fit 2 of you. So what I did, Max, I went down to this tailor's and I said, here, measure me up and sort them out, Mosh. And he did. And I've got them all here now.
That would take some doing that as well.
Hey, listen, mate, I'm not being funny. I'm not on about some of these seamstresses that charge you a fiver. I'm on about like 32 quid and 34 quid a shirt just to alter it, mate. So I haven't been able to go down and take him 20. I've had to take him one at a time because I'm poor and I'll get a gyro every 2 weeks because I'm skint. I'm on Skid Row, Max.
You're on Skid Row.
I'm poor as a church house. Right. Anthony Joshua's fighting Ngannou. Matt, what do you think, Max? Really? Come on, tell me.
Well, to be honest, it's I thought Ngannou beat Tyson Fury 6 rounds to 4. That's how I had it. Okay. Let's say, for example, Anthony Joshua smokes him. That fight with Fury will be there.
Yeah.
And can you imagine if Usyk beats Fury twice? The fight, Fury will need Joshua all of a sudden. You see how the landscape might change all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And I think Usyk will beat him twice. I generally think that. I think Usyk's is going to cane this camp. I still think I'm still with the same narrative as you and Julian that this February fight will move to March, back into March. And yeah, I just think. I mean, does Joshua do him? Potentially, and if he smokes him, and I mean, there's an if smokes him, he's going to come out of Eddie Hills is going to shout from the rooftops. Oh yeah, we done something that Fury couldn't, and you know what I mean. You can hear it all now, can't you? Yeah,
but that's Eddie's mentality, isn't it? I mean, the fighting Fury's leftovers when they beat Vladimir. He'd been on settee 18 months, but when Tyson Fury fought him, he'd ran through everybody for 10 years. and nobody gave Tyson Fury a chance. Tyson Fury took him to university and taught him a valuable lesson. Don't stink out the heavyweight division, you prick. But since then, it's been a bit of, it's with Fury at the top of the helm. It's been a bit of a disaster, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, yeah.
It's a disaster. I mean, how long is it since Fury beat him? It's 9 years this November. Since Fury.
Long.
Yeah, it's 9 years, 2015, and all the Fury's had in that period is 10 fights. And one of them's against the guy who never boxed. So technically, it's 9 fights in 9 years. If Fury fights, Tyson Fury's fought 300 days. If you're going to fight every 300 days, you're not doing heavyweight division any good. But what about these sanctioning bodies? They're not doing no. Why don't they just take his belt off him? If he's not going to be active, let somebody else fight for it. Let him be champion emeritus.
Well, the thing is this goes back to the old school fighters. You look at Larry Holmes, Ali. They kept busy every 2 months are out.
Yeah,
every 2 months are out. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's this is the thing where we're looking at it, and they fought everyone and anyone. They didn't care. You know, it's like what you said earlier on, Russ. You know, everyone's swerving. You know, what about the Frank Sanchez, Caballero, and these sort of fighters that who deserve a chance, but they're not getting a look in because the actual champions are dictating who they fight, aren't they? Let's have it right.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Moving backwards, can I just give a big shout out to me pal? It's me pal. It's a pal of mine. He used to be Huey's strength and conditioner. He put Huey through hell. Oh, let me tell you, him and Robin Reed put Huey through hell when I was there. He's a lorry driver, Bunny, but he trains. Hang on a minute, I'm gonna send you this here. You're better at this than me, Max. Right? You're better at this than me.
Yeah.
Put these up on here for Bunny. Right? Hang on a minute. Just stick them on there.
To the camera, yeah.
What are you in my phone as, Matt? Oh, Iceman Max Breadcrumb. You haven't got a profile pic, have you?
You what?
You haven't got a profile pic on WhatsApp, have you?
No, I haven't.
No. Good, because I just thought you blocked me then, Max. I was just about to erase you. Right, put them up. Don't put the 2 minutes 33 one on. Just put the 16-second one up and the 39-second one up on thing there. And he trains fighters from Pure Gym, Drake House, Crystal Peaks, Sheffield. He's called Bunny Johnson. He's 60. And he's from Burley, I think, in Sheffield. He used to live right the corner from Big Ron's dad. Yeah, that's him there, Bunny. Look at that. I think there's 120 on there. I think 100. That was 110 there. 24, 60, 110. Yeah, it's 110 on there. That's easy, isn't it, to him? Isn't it?
How old is he?
That's 61 next birthday.
Flipping out. That's good for it. That's good for that age.
Well, that chin, I've sent you one of him doing chins and that. Stick that up.
Chins.
Stop terrorising me. Bunny, stop terrorising me. Look at that. 61-year-old nearly. Look at that.
I'll be done about now.
If you don't believe me how fit he is, somebody send that to Peter Fury, right, on Twitter, because he's very good friends with Bunny. If you don't believe me how fit he is, send that to Huey and Peter Fury and say, is this really Bunny, Porky's pal? And they'll confirm that it is. That's a 61-year-old bloke, that. Never had a steroid in his life. That's unbelievable. I saw him do a 180 bench press, 6 reps. Never has steroids. And he bounces 110 off his chest all day.
Yeah, that's
you know
good going. Very good going.
Today, 75 key 2 reps, nearly caved half the chest in. Pop, bang on that one. Wilder Zhang saying that's on undercard. What do you think to that, Max?
I think Zhang caned him.
I do.
I think Zhang. Look, I don't know. I mean, Zhang, he's been busy. He's been busier than Wilder. Wilder, yeah, 10 rounds. He could have done with 10 rounds under his belt before going in with Joseph Parker and might have seen a different. He probably needs a warm up before Zhang. I think Zhang, I think he's just looking to cash out now, Wilder. I don't think he's bothered. You can tell the heart's not in it with him, can't you? The interview after, can you imagine that with Fury? He used to be raging. You get what I'm saying? But it's almost like he's been either humbled or he can't, he's like, oh, I'm not bothered, I lost. If you lose anything like snooker or anything, you're stewing for a bit. You're thinking, I'm going to get you back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know. So, and he's not even sure. He's like, shrug his shoulder, all right, it's fine, And that's it. So, I think
Zhang was Zhang back. You rate Zhang?
Yeah, I don't think he's bad. I think he's
pretty basic, like, isn't it?
Bit basic, but the fact is that because he's big and he just comes forward and that devastating left hook, I think AJ, if AJ took him on, because AJ's good with straights, AJ could take him, but not daring to roll the dice, are they?
No.
You know what I mean? So, because normally and Julian's taught me this, normally if you're against someone who takes, a lot of hooks and wide shots, you can beat him with straights. And AJ does a lot of straights and uppercuts down the pipe. So, they're not going to roll the dice. They don't want to risk it because obviously what's happened to Joe Joyce. So, yeah, I don't think they've gone sensible. They should have just gone to Hercule, if I was honest. But they've gone for the money, haven't they?
Yeah, that's the only problem, isn't it? Yeah.
All comes down to this too much. A pound note. But if the excellency in that Turkey guy is saying, right, I'm going to pay you this amount of money, you're going to say you're going to jump, aren't you?
Well, it seems to me that nobody could stand sight of each other between Queensberry and Matchroom. We all know that, don't we? It goes back nearly 40 years, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they sprinkle a few quid about and everybody wants to get the KY jelly out, don't they, and go to bed? All right, aren't they? Well,
the things you come out with. Oh,
look how they're behaving, mate. Every time I hear anybody come out with a sentence like the guard or Bricktop, they're coming out with His Excellency, His Excellency. What is all that? This bloke cuts people's arms off or orders it. Look at how they've sold their souls. The lot of them, mate. Shithousers.
All Gad needs to do is hand in his laptop. That's all I want from him.
The guard. Oh my God. What is his job anyway now? Is he like Spencer Oliver's dad or uncle?
Just creepy, isn't he?
Creepy.
Do you know what I'd do? If he was dating my daughter and she came through the door, I tell you now, I'd be like making sure my daughter Claire's law in. Tell you that now.
Has Ebony Bridges been dropped by Matchroom? I'm hearing she's on Skid Row with Matchroom. What's going on there?
Well, ain't she working with David Caldwell now? So, I mean, he's got good.
She's apparently sacked him, hasn't she?
What, Dave Caldwell?
She sacked him. They're saying she sacked him. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know if it's true. Penfold, have you been sacked? Come on a Zoom, pokecorner@mail.com. I've got a few other questions I want to ask you as well. You're wrong. And
I know what they are. I can imagine.
He'll get his, don't you worry. He'll cop his one day. So, is Ebony Bridges on Skid Row? Yes or no, Max?
Well, it appears so. She's got rid of David Caldwell, and she can't exactly blame him for that loss she had. Because the other girl was better.
Yeah, listen, that's what happens, isn't it? It's tough at the top, isn't it, Max? It is what it is. Right, you want to go on to part 2, kid?
Yeah.
Well, then, mate, bang. Well, I hope you liked part 1 with Max Jenkins, a.k.a. Hercules. It was called the Breadcrumb, but Big Ron, aka Dennis Hobson, aka the ticket deal man of Sheffield, he decided to change his name to Hercules. And Max, if you see him stripped off in his